as they bring the fire themselves. Keen to see this matchup for so long. This is going to be a fun one today for sure. W's in the chat. It's a good time. We're having a good time for sure. Picks and bans. Let's start us off, Matsy. I have a little bit of an update. You know, we've been keeping track of the picks and bans. Matsy, who's the most banned so far? Come on, who is it? Who is
it? Don't you know it? It's Mantis. Nah, well, it's crazy to see that, isn't it? Or crazy to say that, you know, thinking about how things have gone between seasons. Like who thought you would say Mantis of all things? It's been banned so consistently. We've already hit double digits.
Honestly. Honestly. Not surprised at all. Mantis is going to be banned out. Jeff's going to be banned out. Ultron Protect makes sense. They're noticing. Ultron is cooking in this meta right now. Absolutely the vision buster right here. It is good to bring out the Ultron. What I will say is very fantastic is what is on my screen with all these Mr. Reeds right here. Mr. Reed Richards. Is anybody going to bring him out though? Is anybody going to actually play Mr. Fantastic? I will say that we'll find out very soon. But at the same time, if Ultron's there, who's going to be there to march alongside? It's going to be Adam Warlock, the Golden Child, going to put in the work. Comic Revival has been a massively, probably the most impactful ult of the night right now, with the amount of times it has just changed the tide of team fights and just turned stalls into absolute brawls, I'll tell you that. But Ultron is also going to be banned out. That is very tactical by the Vulcan Red team, as they managed to secure Ultron and ban them out for Vicious. That's a tough position to be in, I won't lie.
Yeah, that's going to be a really tough spot to be placed in there. You know, they're going to have to really lock in to try and deal with that Ultron as quick as possible. Otherwise, they're going to be in a bit of hot water, I'd say. But, you know, I see potential here. Oh, my goodness. Jeff and Ultron. My word, this is going to be pure chaos without the wonder. So definitely eager to see what that is going to entail here. Like, you know, whether they are going to be able to lock things down, whether they can lock things in, is going to be tested here. One thing I loved is how prior to this, no, Floop, surely not. I was talking about this before. I want to see that Brainiac bounce. Don't tease us like this. But I mean, that's Angela as well. Like, it's just a game of teasers right now.
Oh, could be. Could be a factor to consider here. I'm curious. I'm very curious, but it looks like it's going to be the Lord Phoenix instead. We ain't getting bouncy with it just yet. But what we will do is get absolutely saucy with it. Because Tini Valkyrie is hovering the Angela. Don't get my hopes up. Listen, we're going to watch this amazing little fly-through of the beautiful Empire of Wakanda, the Galactic Empire of Wakanda, the Hall of Jalia. I just want to know. I better see Angela when we get back onto the screen. Tini Valkyrie, I know you. I know you where you are on Discord. No, I'm joking. Do not play Angela if you don't want to. Play what you require to get victory and gain victory for your team. Let's get into it. I will say though, Angela is very pivotal on certain maps. Not this one. But let's take it easy. Let's get back into business. Let's get into it. As we know, we're rolling in. Matsy, I'm going to tell you something right now. I know what's guaranteed. We're going to see some portal action for certainty. Get the portals going from the Doctor Strangers. Who's going to be the real Sorcerer Supreme? Looks like Jag's winding it up. I'm going to assume Tini as well. Let's see who portals first. Counter portals? Aggressive portals? It's a portal straight to point.
Here we go, jumping straight into it right now. This is going to be the battle raging on. Who's going to be the first one down is going to be tested right here, right now. Taking a ton of damage. WAV does manage to fall back though, so you can see that they can find a tactical retreat there, but there's going to be more where that came from as they look to hold it down for a second longer here, look to hold it in, and Valkyrie is prepared to go hunting. I can see them flying around, you know, they're trying to see if they can get some captures through here, but nothing going to plan just yet.
For the boost.
Right, eyes on the fact the ultimate charge for Flip is absolutely blasting for it. Same with Proxy on the Ultron right there. Hold on a second, Angela's actually out and about. Tini Valkyrie's running it down on the Asgardian Angel themselves. Let's see if it's going to be a Valkyrie's momentum for going into that action. There it is, big pulse action coming out right now. Flip putting it up right there, landed a pulsars. Taking them one, taking two. That's going to be Tini down. That's going to be 1-2 down. That's going to be 3-4 down. Full Vulcan Red, big kicks, taking out Lick, Citrus, and Daxu. It's going to be a strong start from the Vicious right there. Moving on forward. And there it is. Holding it down. right there. And they have ultimates online. They only used Boundary to match the pace from WAV's Psionic Seduction.
Yeah, they've managed to break it out, break it in, but not going to be able to take anything further for a spin just yet. Still, good holder coming through from the Vicious thus far. Red Voltron coming out from Proxies though. See if they can manage to boot their way through this one. WAP does find the opening KO there. Jag, good to hunt down the Ultron. You know, I was talking about how imperative it is to find that strategist, and they do find the impact there. Tini Valkyrie with the Eye of Agamotto as well, just really forcing them out of the equation here. But Jet Time, just to put a further power into their mix there, really show that they can get their way through and just to take control of the mission area. So there you go. Do you feel like they committed a little too much to try and take that though, Liger? Because they're left without any ultimates now.
They used 5 ultimates to take that back. Let's see if it's worth it, I'll tell you that. But they did manage to munch 3 of the Vicious's ultimates, so with a bit of tactical gameplay, a bit of, you know, proxy action with the Ultron, you could see Rage of Ultron be enough what they need to nullify any pressure that can come from Alcazar and Jag. We'll see how that all unfolds. Let's see as they push forward. Making it happen. Sonic Seduction's coming out from Alcazar right there, trying to push in, trying to get an opening. I believe Jag, you know, as we know, the Vicious, hey, that's the team that invented the Tomahawk Agamotto. Let's see if Jag is also one to carry the Tomahawk as well. Now Storm of Madness could be online as well, doing a bit of damage right there, making the momentum happen. Ultron drones are set up, keeping the Vanguard sustained, keeping them nice and ready to go for the next fight. Building up some power, trying to push forward. Vulcan Red still capturing Agamotto in the skies, and it's blocked! Kicked away by Ammo right there. Alcazar, big positioning. Sorry, that is WAV with the big positioning. Boundaries going up right there. Big sustained pouring in from KBZ. This is Daxu on the Star-Lord, trying to get some picks on the sidelines. Going to have a bit of a duel with the Luna and takes down Riddles. And also another. Holy, they're storming through, Matty. They're storming through.
And there's more where that came from. You know, they're triple down on it. WAV, good for the KOs there. So Vulcan Red will stand tall, stand proud. And now can hit the ground running with more KOs from there onwards. But speaking of KO potential, they almost got ults online for Citrus and Daxu as well. Jeff Time going to be imperative at the last sections of this first control point here. And we'll see if they are going to be able to claim the mission area for their own here. Or the Vicious can bring their way back. They're pretty close to that Karmic Revival. It could come at the right place, the right time. But it's time to get cracking and time to push back into action.
Is right there, the phase shifted Star-Lord making it happen. Come on, Daxu pushing forward to potentially what could be a massive galactic hero moment right there. Fate of both worlds is clearing out. It's going to be met with a Sonic Seduction. Jeff is trying to get an opening as well. Citrus is online. Overtime's ticking out. Vulcan Red has the lead. Daxu takes to the skies and absolutely lasers in, taking out Riddle, taking out 4. That's 1, that's 2, and that's going to be where I'm taking out Alcazar. That's 3 down for the Vicious right now, but it doesn't matter because Snipsy there sets it up. Karmic Revival brings the revive, but they don't make it back onto point. They're just not close enough, and Burn It to Charles' first round, of course, on the Imperial Institute of Science goes to Vulcan Red.
That it will. Amazing stuff are coming through from them there, and they are going to be able to lock in, lock it out, and look to see what else they can do. Taking things into fruition here as they've got so much more that they need to take care of pushing into this next portion of the endeavor. But we're into the preparation phase right now. Both teams are looking to see exactly what kind of energy they want to bring into this next push. And both teams having the Eye of Agamotto available definitely does create that stopping potential for them. You know, I'm eager to see what they can take care of with that and exactly which way they want to put it, because there's really not much more you can rely on. I mean, in this sense, the Vicious do have the ult advantage. They got Floop and Song Inferno, so that could be some stopping power too. But the gates are open, Liger. It's time to get ready.
Got it.
Ooh, let's get ready to see who's gonna hit the portal hijinks first. Jag and Tini also have Agamotto's online. Again, straight for it. A portal to point and a portal to the high ground for both teams. Let's see how it unfolds. Gonna be meeting in the middle right there. The Wakandan jet is ready and trying to fly away. 9 seconds till the point opens up. Opportunities for each team right now. Ultimates are fairly equal. Let's see who's going to take the first mark. Proxy's landing some shots. Ionic Pulse is going on the high ground, trying to get some shots onto the backline of the Vicious right now. Ideally, you want to keep lasering forward, keep pressuring the strategists. Don't allow them to heal their vanguards. Make sure they're healing themselves. Isolate the front line. See if you can get the value you need. But Floop is there. Landing the marks of the Phoenix. Trying to land some shots on Proxy. He's got some fancy movements in the sky, I'll tell you that. But speaking of fancy, we're seeing the Sonic Solution going out early from Web right there, just to start the fight and pressure the Vicious to start pushing onto point. Start boxing them in, seeing if they can get opportunity for Tinny Valk's Agamotto. And there it is, an Agamotto from Jag actually. Hitting it, taking out Tinny Valk, giving the stuns they need. Riddles gets the clean pick there. That's the pressure coming out from the back line right there. But the Proxy's Ultron is there to laser on in with the Rage of Ultron just to keep their team sustained so that they can retreat and regroup sooner rather than later for them. I think they're going to play on the back foot right now. But Floop takes out Dax with a 1v1 on the sidelines. And they're on the back foot right now. Floop's going to be pushing in. And Song Inferno is online if they need. They're very low right now. They're actually getting picked off. They're getting pushed forward on. And Jag takes out Web right there. Floop taking out another. That's massive value for the Vicious right there, as they do, after a long time fighting for the point, do get point contestation, climb to that 25% mark.
That they will, and that percentage is going to continue to spill ahead. We'll see if they are going to be able to spread their reach one a step closer right now. They've taken down proxies on the Ultron as well in the meantime, so definitely going to really slow down the counterattack potential coming through from Vulcan Red here, but there's a plethora of ultimates online for both sides here, so we could see a big battle start to really build up at this point. There it is. We're going to see the Psionic Seduction straight in into the Fate of Both Worlds. They've got everything coming out. We do see Song Inferno trying to find impact. There it is now. The Vicious power in through two, looking for more as well, and they will spill it over the edge there. So building up that percentage consistently over and over again into this one, and Vulcan Red just haven't found an answer.
Oh, there it is. And a pick by Floop right there, putting in the work. You're just right, Messi. They need to find the answer to this right now. And Song Inferno was just utilized so efficiently right there. Because if you're going to try to catch up the Cloak and Dagger, you need to make sure you get something that can hit them wherever they are. Just absolute massive AoE pouring out from the Song Inferno. But the Phoenix marks have been set. The Flying Agamotto's there. And Jake stuns 1, 2, 3 into a Maelstrom into a double KO. Instantly, triple KO. Take it out. 1, 2, 3 of Vulcan Red. And taking out the Quadra. Taking out Tinny Valk. It's a Penta! It's a Penta KO from Jack! Taking out right there. Jack, our first Penta KO of the night here in Marvel Rivals Ignite on Burning T'Challa, which does tie up this bout. It's tied up, Messi, 1-1. They take Stellar Spaceport. It's going to get decided that Warrior falls. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll tell you that.
Perfect place to go, perfect place to be, and we are going to be breaking in for the final point of contention here, the final mission area. Exactly where you want to see it all go down. But speaking of going down, we are seeing Emma and Magneto locked in for Vulcan Red right now. So the clone team up is coming out. We're going to see double Magneto, and very eager to see more where that came from. No Psylocke this time. You know, I don't think we'll be seeing much Psylocke heading into the future, but we would love to see the full clone team up. You know, I think that'd be a lot of fun, but not this time. What is going to happen this time, though, is we could see Jag portal their way over towards the mission area, maybe take a bit of control, or they look to bide their time and stall things out. Vulcan Red, though, they're going to be rushing their way very quickly towards the mission area, but their positions have already been compromised.
Oh, it's the point blank portal coming out from Jag. Is it going to be enough for them to pick? And it looks like there's a clean rotation from Vulcan Red, who moves very fast. Again, that's going to happen when you have Citrus on the Jeff. You've got that outsourced speed boost. It's just going to keep your team moving very quickly. Even if they do portal, you'll be able to move them right quickly out of there and get into the proper positioning you need. Mission area is unlocking. Vulcan Red has the advantage right now as they are on the line. But as that taken down by Citrus right there. Pressure coming from the Jeff. Born again, we're going to see a massive Karmic Revival status on. It's a big scoop. It's a big scoop. Citrus has 3. Citrus has 3. Oh, it's so close, but Alcazar takes out Citrus. The Jeff doesn't get the value they need, but they buy some time for the squad. KB7 taking out Web. That's going to take down the Emma. That's going to be big pressure from Invisible Woman. Tinny Valkyrie taking out Floop. That's going to reduce the damage pouring out from the Vicious. And the Magneto Meteor is charged on up. Nobody's priming into it, but it's still going to be impactful, and it's going to get blocked out for now. It's going to be met with the Sonic Seduction poured in from Alcazar right there. And there it is. The Jeff is splashing and healing their team. boundaries going off. It's on a bond is met as well. Everybody's pouring damage into each other, but they're all sustained and not ready to go down. They keep on fighting. What could be next to turn the fight? It's a big roundhouse kick taken out. Riddle. Holy, it's going off.
It's going off, it's going in, just like the legendary plays you think could be coming in. And there's another one coming through from Proxies there, looking to force them off the mission area, and Vulcan Red succeed. So they will not concede the hold over the mission area. They will continue to build it up to halfway and there beyond. And the great benefit out of this situation as well, they've still got the Rage of Ultron online, very close to Psionic Seduction as well. The Vicious only have Fate of Both Worlds aligned at the moment. It's going to be a very difficult endeavor coming forward, but Karmic Revival slowly building up, and Song Inferno one and the same, so all hope is not lost yet. They just need to be patient. Speaking of patience, patience is worn thin as the Vicious look to push on to the mission area, and we're going at this fight once again.
Once again, it is going off again when they're going to be born again. That's right, because Stitch has got that Karmic Revival. It's going to be ready online for the end of the next fight, the tail end of the fight, but Proxies is there with Rage of Ultron if they need. And there it is. Extermination has begun from Proxies, and is actually going to get barreled into a corner as Riddle's running at them with the Fate of Both Worlds. Styles in a tough position right now. Daxter holding it down. He's going to need to find a way to take off these high ground duels from the Vicious right there. And it's unfortunately too tough of a position to hold. The high ground poke is too strong coming out from the Vicious right now. They're holding it down. They're pushing it forward. They take Vulcan Red onto the back foot. Vulcan Red do have a chance to contest. 99% overtime is ticking into their favor though. However, the Vicious are going to be formidable now and not let them take it easy. And Son Inferno is going to be crashing on down. It's going to be given value. Daxu takes out Snipsy on the sideline. But you know that's going to lead into a Karmic Revival. Daxu is camping this Karmic Revival. Agamotto in the back line.
And it's going to be Karmic Revival up the front there. Snipsy bringing their team back into fruition here, looking to see if they can get much more. Citrus going downtown. They do get KOs for days into this one, keeping Vulcan Red into the mix here. Oh my goodness, they kicked Riddles off the map. Oh no, you hate to see it, but you love to see it if you're Vulcan Red. They claim Burden T'Challa for their own. And take a bow. What a first map!
Absolutely divine. Perfection. Absolutely clean. 100-0 for the Vulcan Red. It was hard fought, but they played patiently. They got their lineups right. There it is from Wav. Well-deserved MVP. Definitely putting in the V in MVP as they are. Vulcan Red holding it down. Let's see how it goes. It is actually a start, an absolute stellar start here right now by Vulcan Red and the Vicious. Vulcan Red take the first map here in an 11-minute domination map on Burning T'Challa. It is exciting to see. However, I will say Jag SVP so deserved. Jag put in so much work. Jag getting that first big Penta-KO moment right there. I will say it is absolutely stellar. But on the line, we've got to bring attention to the fact that it was a bit of a tough situation when you had Floop and Snipsy on the high ground. That presence of theirs are so hard to handle. I think that's when you need to bring out Dive. You got to bring out some Dive, got to be able to close the gap, try to put them on the back foot. Don't give them the range to be able to excel and accelerate their pace. But didn't matter because they committed to what they ran, running that triple Vanguard at a certain point. Oh my days, insane lineup. So much work pouring in. I do like what I'm seeing from Vulcan Red so far. I think they're just starting to cook up and warm up, but the Vicious, they really did very well on that second round. They were farming it. It was very exciting to see. So, keen to see how the rest of the matchup goes. Keen to see how this second map goes. The Vicious, of course, have map pick. Let's see where they head to.
Yeah, let's see right now. We're going to see players heading off the map. Great Jeff timer coming out there. Always love to see a little bit of the Jeff action. But speaking of action, it's Daxter cooking up the legendary action on the one and only Galactic Legend. Big quad KO coming through there. And Jag, one in the same. You know, you talked about the second portion of the map. They shined so brightly. Blindingly so even. Just a really big impact, really big work. But this was the final section of the map here, and that's where you saw Vulcan Red shine once again. So, what an incredible way to kick off this series here, and I'm really impressed with how competitive both of these teams are. You know, it's always great to see both teams get their hands in the mix there, get a chance to take control, and they're no pushovers.
Absolutely couldn't have it any other way right there. A nice close matchup, 2-1 on domination. Keen for this next one, very keen for this next one. I can't wait to get into the action. I want to get into it right now, of course. Gotta take it easy a little bit. Take a breather, as we know, in between rounds. Give the team a bit of a breather, figure out what they need to do. Whether you win, whether you lose. Winner's momentum is a good factor, but also pacing yourselves is just as important.
That's it. Keep yourselves calm, collected, refresh, and look to give it your best into map number 2. We're going to get that one prepped up right now, everybody. We will see you on the other side of this break. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody! It's time for Marvel Rivals Ignite Stage 2, Oceania Group Stage. Liger and Matsi going at ya with our final series, and we've already seen one team get their slice of victory, that being Vulcan Red there, but now it's the Vicious. It's their time to shine on to the convoy section here, Liger, and our second map has been locked in.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one. Yggdrasil path. We're going to Yggdrasil itself. That's right, as we know. In Marvel Rivals, there was a bit of combination of realms. We don't have Asgard, we've got Yggdrasil. So it's going to be a good time having a bout here. If you want to know why, Loki. He's just mucking around again. Classic God of Mischief. But let's get into the action right now. Very soon we're going to jump into the map. Picks and bans are rolling on soon. Very soon getting into the madness. But what I do want to bring to the attention right now. Winner's momentum is there for Vulcan Red. But the Vicious picking Yggdrasil, let's see if it's actually in their benefit. As we know, this map, it's got some interesting corridors, interesting pathways, and a lot of interesting compositions. I will say though, could bring out some flyers. Could be an option. But when you have picks like Star-Lord from Daxu, and of course Floop with the Phoenix, hard to bring out those flyers, won't get the value you need. So, do we finally see some dive? Dive could be a factor here, or we keep running it down on the brawl, bringing out that triple strategist lineup and keep sustaining those vanguards, letting them set up the fights. Things like Emma protects, Magneto protects, let's see. But starting us off, it's going to be some strategists banned out, as of course, Vulcan Red do not have access to Ultron, and the Vicious do not have the Jeff. But at the same time, the Vicious do, sorry, let me correct myself, the Vulcan Red do claim Jeff with a protect. That's exciting. That's exciting. We know who that's for.
Oh, yes, we do. Very eager to see how the Jeff time is going to play out. My, oh my. But, you know, when there's no Jeff, there's no Adam. So they're trading out the strategists in that regard. So eager to see how the Vicious affair with the Karmic Revival. But Mantis is going to be taken away in this one. And we'll see what is going to be happening coming in to next portion here. Who will be looking to take a point right now? It is going to be none other than Mantis and Ultron.
Mantis has been banned every single map. There has not been a round that Mantis has not been banned. 100% ban rate in MRI OCE so far. I'm very curious if this map is also going to seal the deal, or if next map, if it does happen, is also going to seal the deal for Mantis and say that Mantis has 100% pick rate, sorry, ban rate, should say, in MRI OCE for day one. So let's get into the action. Let's rewind a little bit, let you know Magneto has been banned. Not an option for the Vicious, as well as the Ultron locked out of love as well. But in turn, they're going to lock in and protect themselves, the White Queen. They're going to have that Emma online for themselves. Final protect coming out from the Vulcan Red squad is going to be Luna. They're going to have Luna, they're going to have Jeff, they're going to dance, and they're going to definitely dunk people with some of that fishy action. But final ban coming out from the Vicious, and it's going to be Emma, locked out, not available for Vulcan Red. These are some spicy bans, but I think both teams came out very strong from these picks and bans, and they're feeling confident what they're going to run. Keen to see how it unfolds. Keen to see if, listen, could be Angela time. It could. Waiting for someone to make it work.
We could see a bit of Heaven's Retribution. I do like the whole cover there. I think that there could be maybe a little bit of Namor action if they want to play into that team up. You know, maybe even a little bit of BP if they're feeling a bit adventurous. You know, have that little bubble on them. I think that's pretty useful, to be honest.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Don't get me more excited. I would love to see the Gamma team up with Black Panther. I've been waiting to see how that could be executed on MRI. But what I will say, what I want to know. From everybody watching at home, who are you rooting for? Is it the Vicious? Is it Vulcan Red? Let your voices be heard now in the chat. W's in the chat for the team that you're rooting for. Let's get into the action. 15 seconds till the spawn doors open, till the action begins. The impact is going to be crazy. Let's see how it unfolds. It's going to be the bout between the Vicious roster of Riddles, KB7, Floop, Snipsy, Alcazar, and Jag, and Vulcan Reds, Proxies, Daxu, Citrus, Wav, Toonie Valkyrie, and Lick. Let's see who's going to get their victory.
Let's see who is going to be able to take this one away. Who is going to be able to earn their placement here, as I'm already liking what I'm seeing. Duelist-wise from Vulcan Red into this one, you know, they've got all the duelists all ready to go, and they opened the account by taking down the Ember Frost there, and keen to see if they can capture anyone else as well. But, you know, I think this is a high-pressure composition on the line for them at the moment. You know, they're really focused up and looking to just push that mission vehicle as quickly as possible.
Definitely you want to get the value right now. Omega Hurricane's going to be met with a boundary, and it's going to do some big damage. But it's going to be sustained by Soon. Not enough, actually. As Soon's taken down, shutting down the boundary. KB7 falls, 60 falls as well. Cocoon is online. Alcazar taken down by Daxu. This is the storm we've been waiting to see. And they're going to bully the Bruce Banner with a... Oh my days. Pump action from the shotgun coming out from Proxies, mixed with the Wolverine grab. Absolutely bullied, but it's not over yet. Jack's going to go for the quick contest, bringing out the portal to bring the Vicious back into the front line and keep Vulcan Red on the back foot. Let's see if the ultimates are connecting, and it's going to be locking down the rocket as Riddles is taken down. Boundary might be set up very soon. Sorry, not Boundary, I believe it's going to be Sonic Seduction from Alcazar. Could be the opening. It's Jeff! Just barely misses!
Ooh, tough one, isn't it? But there's still further opportunities to prime up, and further opportunities to give more into this one. And Jag not going to be able to give any more. Proxy is going to be the one with the shotgun there, trying to get the war done. And we'll see if they are going to be able to find more from that. They will triple down on the KOs there. Floop coming back from the Battle Bridge Beacon, and Hulk online as well. So it's going to be the last line of defense here. Try and hold this mission vehicle back from the first checkpoint, but they only hold it for only a moment. And it will be Vulcan Red pushing it over the line and looking to take even more space.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Space is what you want right now. Whether you're running it down or you're trying to hold the ground in defense, space is everything. But speaking of space, who's going to take somebody to space? It's going to be Wav. I'll tell you that. Wav is lining up something crazy with Wolverine right now. Excited to see who's going to be the target of the Prowler right there. But momentum, Snipsy on the Bucky could get dangerous when you least expect it. Trying to land a hook, trying to get a pick. And there it is. Wolverine hit the last stand and absolutely scoops him up. Blocked off by the Iron Eagle right there. Gonna give him some sauce, but the Omega Hurricane is going to be there to be met with the insane Agamotto in the backline, nullifying the chance of them getting eliminated. Wav gets out one. That's going to take another Daxu picking out Riddles right there. That's going to be 3:30 on the clock. Ready and done is the Bucky C-bombs flying from the Toonie Valkyrie group right there. And just when you think it's over, they keep on pushing, they keep on holding, and Toonie Valkyrie is setting it up on the tunnel right now. It is going to be very tough for the Vicious to try and sustain this here, but both Duelist Ultimates are online.
Online, primed and ready to go. Let's see if they're going to need to use them or whether they can brute force their way in. Endsong Inferno coming out there. Daxu goes down. Final Judgment online. Say goodbye to Floop, and many, many more to come. And that's going to be exactly what they needed to push it over to the next checkpoint. Stagger out some KOs as well and get a bit of freedom to push the mission vehicle one step further. Poor Riddles going to be staggered off of the map as well there. Just can't find their way out. So they'll reset, go back to their team, and look to live on and give it their best in the next one.
Listen, I gotta say something. I gotta point it out. It's been a minute. It's nice to see you again. Welcome back, Psylocke on Daxu right there. That's it. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Bring him back. It's been a while. It's been an absolute while since we've seen Daxu Psylocke. Let's see if the Dance of the Butterfly can take her first step today. Let's see if the momentum is in their favor. Toonie Valkyrie has the Strangling Prison online, but Snipsy can't go crazy. When least expected with a crack and impact. Big steal, big kidnap right there, scooping up the group, keeping them away from the enabling right there. Daxu taken out by Jag right there, bringing them power. There is Snipsy, hitting the crack and impact. Does get one, does get two, take out two. That stops the momentum from Vulcan Red. But ultimates are looking a bit even at the moment. I'd say two each side.
Yeah, you'd be just about right, I reckon. And I reckon maybe 3 to one side, as a matter of fact. More so the Vicious here. I think they're looking pretty close, and we'll see. They can take it a little bit closer in a second here. You know, getting Agamotto online going to be really important for them. Will it be to stop some of that attacking presence here? But one in the same, Psionic Seduction. Good, a stoppage. Jag jumping around the back. It's going to be a big Meteor M pushing straight up. Not going to be getting anything from it though. So they're going to have to fall back on this one. Psionic Seduction coming over the top there, just looking to see if they can give a little bit more into this with the invisible boundary up as well. There's so much potential they can tap into, but not really getting much from these ults at all. Citrus now jumping in with the Eternal Bond and the Ensong Inferno over the top. Daxu last stand now looking to get the band together to get some KOs, and it's all working out with Wab taking advantage. Getting they got him in the corner, 4th loop, and that is going to be Vulcan Red forcing the mission vehicle closer and closer, but it's time for Cap to stall the cart.
Absolutely power play by Web right there. 2 minutes left for Vulcan Red to see if they can push it forward. Barely any meters left for them. Vicious have one final fight to try and hold it down. Flips there with the Wolverine. Last stand is on 9th, and he needs a big scoop. And there it is! Taking out the Valkyrie Web. That's going to take 2 down from Vulcan Red. It's going to give him some sauce, going to give him the power to be able to hold it down for now and recapture the possession of the goats of Guard right now. Let's see if they can make it happen. Let's see if KB7 takes leg. That's actually down. That's Citrus down. That's 1, 2, 3 down. That's going to give Vulcan Red some time to retreat, regroup, come back next fight. But the Vicious did use 2 ultimates to take that there. They are close to 2 more. This next fight could still be in their favor, and as Vulcan Red absolutely explode with an Agamotto.
That they will. I think they definitely got the potential, got the power to use it in their advantage here. And there we go, Titty Valkyrie, boom, over the back there, locks him in place for a little bit, not going to be able to take too much of an advantage. Wab looking to bring a big boot down the back, Meteor on attack, they find Riddles and looking for more. Link going to be bringing up the fate of both worlds. Psionic Seduction, not finding much, but Snipsy is finding everything around the back there. Dance of the Butterfly takes down 1 strategist, and they're looking for more, playing the cover, trying to use the Cloak of Invisibility, but big catch, Snipsy is down and out. Daxu, what a relief.
Absolutely slashing, dashing, and ain't nobody crashing out right now when we got these Wolverines going crazy on each other's teams right there, putting the power in. Last stand online for Daxu. Jag has an Agamotto and lines it up. Does manage to get a couple stuns, but doesn't get the enabling they need. Chasing down Snipsy, that's Proxy's taking out the Psylocke right there. Getting the value, setting the Phoenix mark, setting the reset, setting the dance of Luna right there. The fate of the world just going off. Keep him sustained. Alcazar hates the clean, keeps pushing Team Bucket into the wall. Actually gets taken down as well. It's a big 6K clean wipe within literally a millisecond. A wipe from the Vicious, taking out the entirety of Vulcan Red. There is no time to portal, seconds out, and it's done. What an insane last second defense.
Really impressed with how the Vicious held themselves together in the last possible moments there, which means Vulcan Red were not able to push the mission vehicle the full distance. They are going to have a little bit less work to put into their own attacking phase now, the Vicious, and very eager to see how things play out for Vulcan Red on their own defensive side now, as there's going to be some very interesting plays ahead of them. You know, they're going to really chart out exactly how they want to play this one, and we'll see which direction they're going to go, as it looks like it is going to be cap time coming through from them. Definitely have a lot of potential to really stall the mission vehicle with that one, and maybe do even more than just that, but we'll see how things fare. We'll see how things play out for them, as they do look to pull the trigger here. But one thing we are seeing pulled in, it's going to be Liger's favorite, everybody. It's Moon Knight time.
Ooh, Floop answers the call of the Travelers of the Night. Let's see if they can come in and bring it out. Listen, Moon Knight Groot is actually a terrific combo. It's absolutely valid and definitely can bring value. I will say, especially in this map, a lot of line of sight, a lot of downrange fire. Moon Knight is the answer. definitely can make it work here. But I will say it's going to be tough when you're facing Tiny Valkyrie on the Captain America. Going to be hard to get the full value you want from a Moon Knight. Unks are going to be hard to set up as well with Citrus on the Jeff. But nonetheless, we'll see how it unfolds for the Vicious right now. All they got to do is deliver it to just a short 4 meters away from the hometown endpoint of the map. Let's see if they can bring it in.
See if they can bring it up, bring it in, and get a little bit more through from this one. As they are now going to be holding on in the back line here, but the Vicious, they don't care. They are going to be going to do everything within their power to take this one for their own. But speaking of Luke now, looking to run around the back, see if they can catch Citrus. Not today. They are going to fall back and wall into safety. But Luke finally does catch one there. Tiny Valkyrie actually going to be taken out. So a solid beginning coming through from the Vicious here. And now looking to get more KOs. Where that came from.
There it is. Okay, they push them forward. The Vicious's pace is pretty good right now. Again, it literally is the definition of a race right now. They're trying to get it to the end mark right there. There's no overtime contesting for them. They need to take it to that mark that they held so well on with that clean 6K earlier there. But bomb slash walls are being set up on the corridors, trying to block them out. Magneto Meteor is flying high in the sky, crashing down. Doesn't get the value they need, but sustains nonetheless. Daxu taking out Snipsy. Big KO taking out the Storm. And there it is. Speaking of another Storm, we're talking about someone who's going to fight like a Storm in the sky. And there it is. Fluke taking out the Magneto. Anti-Vanguard is on the mire right there. Pulling the forward. Daxu taking out Riddles. There it is. The pressure from the Galactic Hero. Daxu in the back line. Face shifting. Cleaning out KP7 right there. But I hear a Jeff. It's Jeff. Goes for a munch. Everybody's collected for now. Actually, no. They do have a couple people. They're running away. Are they going to run away with who they got in their mouth? Who's it going to be? Who's being taken away by the Jeff? Fluke takes out Citrus, and it does save their teammate for now. Flick taking out Fluke right there. It does look like Vulcan Red have congestion for defense right here. It's going to need to be a regroup coming out from the Vicious right now. As when they come back, the Mega Hurricane and the Last Stand from Wolverine and Storm respectively online.
Oh, here we go. It's time for that Omega Hurricane coming out from Snipsy here. Freedom Charge from Tiny Valkyrie as well, ready to see what they can find from it. But not much going to be found from Snipsy this time. Just using it to force a bit of space there, but the space is still going to be held off. Big Barrel Leap once again. They do get the catch. Now Magneto down. All the same for Tiny Valkyrie, and everybody onto the chopping block here. They're trying to stall the mission vehicle, but it's just a one after the other. They all fall down, and they all fall in for the first checkpoint on the Vicious. So looking to see if they can gain more potential, gain more ground here after a very successful start.
Right, we go 3 minutes 32 to the time bank. A nice big chunk of change of time added to the bank for the Vicious right there. Let's see if they can take it to the second gate and push on through. Vulcan Red, though, have Visible Boundary online. They can sustain themselves into this next fight and start a brawl to build up the rest of their ultimates, of course. Meteor's online very soon. They'll have the final judgment as well coming out from proxies. Oh, Kazar takes a pick right there, taking out Daxu, who got a bit too close for comfort with the White Queen right there. And speaking of the pain, the power Vicious have 5 ultimates online into this next fight. It's going to be a tough one for Vulcan Red. They need to start something quick, try to burn these ultimates early before they end up on that final corner.
Yeah, really need to burn through them as quick as they possibly can. Speaking of, Invisible Boundary coming up here, and more where that came from. A big damage coming through from Snipsy there. Meteor M on the line here. Lav trying to stop them, but it's the Galactic Legend which could get them over the line into this one, and maybe not. The Vicious taking advantage. It's Floop, dump it in, taking down those strategists there. Goodbye to Citrus, and many more where that came from, but we'll see if they can manage to capture them as they now hold around the corner. Just touching the mission vehicle to stop it. But they can only stop it for so long. It's going to be another checkpoint locked in, and we're on the home stretch now, Liger. It's make or break.
Absolutely more than ever right there. They need to find a way to break the momentum from the Vicious right here. Action needs to happen from Vulcan Red more than ever. 3 minute 29. This could be an opportunity for them to hold. However, the Vicious, all they got to do is win a couple fights and lay a home victory and get themselves their first map in this series. Let's see how it unfolds. Daxu's got 40% to charge, switches to the Bucky, maybe a bit more impactful of a pick. Citrus has the Fate of Both Worlds. Ideally, they want to match that pace and try to get the Agamotto lined up, just as they did right there. They're all stunned, but they haven't been able to push in as they pushed back with the Thorn Slash Ball. Snipsy does get picked off by Daxu there. That does give the numbers advantage to Vulcan Red. Looks like the Vicious are playing on the back foot, but they're getting poked out right now. Shots are being poured in. Sustain is being poured in as well. The Vicious keep sustain and play it smart and safe and move back so they can regroup once they're a full team again.
That they can regroup, reconvene here and see what they can do with it all. But ones who have a lot they can do here is Vulcan Red right now. You know, they're trying to hold those ults. Well, not for long. Kraken Impact coming online for Daxu there. Not really going to be able to do too much with it. Fate of Both Worlds coming online. Last Stand as well. Meteor Ram online. And now Final Judgment. That could be the one to get him over the line already. Playing Flute there. Looking to see if they can scoop through another KO or two as well. The damage bumping around the back. Bump it up, bump it down. And no one goes down as a result. They find only one KO. It's one and done. But at least they forced the Vicious away from the mission vehicle here. But one in the same, their team is taking a ton of damage right now, and the KOs are starting to favor the Vicious. It's all falling apart right now. This could be the home stretch, locked and loaded. Unless they can stall the card, it's make or break for Vulcan Red.
They played that so smart on the back foot right now. Look, it's going to be tough to walk out of spawn here. Anyone's going to make it. It's going to potentially be Tinny who's going to be absolutely scooped up. Oh, Maelstrom takes out Fluke. The Wolverine flew too close to the Sorcerer Supreme. Right there, Agamotto's online if they need. There's still a chance for the Vulcan Reds to hold it down. Looks like the Vicious did pour a lot of their ultimates to win that push right now, but they got a minute 29 on the clock. They can take a back step here and build their ultimates in one clean fight and come back for one last effort. But Vulcan Red, no, they only have one defense left in the bank. And I will say they got about 2-3 ultimates online for the next fight, but it looks like the Vicious are going to push the pace early, setting up with the Fate of Both Worlds. Dax is there with the Kraken Impact. Isn't going to get the value they need. Freezers are going out.
Going out, going in, and ready to see what else they can take from it. Final Judgment are trying to bump up the damage there. Invisible Boundary going to keep them up, but they're getting taken down by the Maelstrom there. Bloop once again punished out of this one. Daxu finds the KO on a Jag as well. Looking to lock down on the strategist here, and they continue to deliver work. And that is going to be huge for Vulcan Red here. Just destabilizing that pushing potential. Now looking to lock it down for one last fight.
Definitely one last fight. Maybe there could be a portal play. It depends all on the Vicious's game plan right here. They have Snipsy ready. They're going to try to go for it. Vulcan Red don't have a defense. Actually, they do have Licks, Fate of Both Worlds, which could be online to counter Jag and Snipsy if they go for that Kraken Impact for Strangling Prison combo. Let's see. 10 seconds left. This is officially the final fight. If they try to make it happen on this map, let's see who's going to take this map. Kraken Impact starts it up and winds up early up from Daxu. Is it going to be enough to get the resets? They're going to see the Strangling Prisms going out. Kraken Impact this time coming out from Daxu. Is it going to be enough to get one? They go for Jag. They get the reset. They're pushing forward. They take out Kazar. They get another reset. That's taking one. But the bounty set is denied the rest of the resets. They're going to have to play on the back foot for now. Luke is there. Give us sustain. Taking out Fluke. That's going to be one to one. But the final judgment is coming out from Proxy, who's drilling it on through. Snipsy's taken down. The Invisible Woman's on the back foot. And they're trying to get a beak. And he goes for the days. Insanity KB7 with the survival brain right there. The fight is still going on. The Vanguards are holding it down on the Vicious right there. A backshot coming out from Proxies. And a Jeff Citrus goes for the scoop. And he does manage to catch the bottom. Into the Agamotto from TV Valkyrie. Maelstrom of Madness. 1-2. Is anybody there from the Vicious to hold it down? It's just KB7 and Vulcan Red. Do manage to hold it down and claim Yggdrasil and claim the second map in this series and claim victory here tonight in Ignite.
What a series it was! An incredible work coming out from Vulcan Red there. They will claim the series and claim their stance on the group stage here. A clean sweep against the likes of the Vicious. Proxies are locking it down for the MVP there, and amazing work they put in on that Punisher. Going to be an amazing run coming through from them. Just very eager to see what else will come through. And look at that. Stat line is all lining up, all shining bright. 41,000 damage for proxies there, and Daxu very close behind on a 40,500. Just huge impact, huge results coming in there, Liger.
Absolutely. Absolutely more than ever. I will say though, the Vicious had a massively amazing defense. Massively amazing defense. And their push was so clean. I feel like they played it smart, they played it safe, but towards the end, maybe a bit too safe. There were a couple fights there that they took the back foot to go for the regroup instead of committing to a 5v6 situation. Now, we could say hypothetically maybe it didn't pan out in their way, but you never know. Better safe than sorry. At the end of the day, they made a choice. They're going to roll with it. They're going to hit the books, hit the training, hit the VOD reviews, see what they can do when they come back into the next match later in the week, of course. But Vulcan Red, you're playing victory here today and seal the deal, getting that 2-0 in this best of 3 series. What an exciting match. Both teams put on an absolute stellar performance. I'm so impressed with these players. This was a fun one.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And we're going to see all that fun showcased with the Omega Hurricane sweeping them away there. Just a big work coming through from Daxu, but Snipsy bringing it up onto the Kraken impacts. You love to see it. And there was more where that came from. Liger, just heaps of big plays coming out of this when they forced them all the way back to spawn, even getting the KO in the corner there right after that foot cut off. Just huge stuff. And Bloop wiping it up with their team right at the end there to shut down that first push. It was huge, but there's more Floop action where that came from. More from Snipsy as well. Just look at all of this, Liger.
Absolutely amazing. So much stellar performance. Big Agamotors, big combinations, big everything. Just crazy. Absolutely stellar performance. There it is. You can see it 2-0. Vulcan Red, however, it was not a clean 2-0. It was a very hard fought 2-0. The Vicious made them work for it. But I'll tell you what, give me the rematch. I'd love to see these two teams face off again. Maybe in a BO5. You never know. Maybe down in playoffs. We'll see how it all unfolds. But that was epic. Top tier performance. I will say, it's nice to see something different. Okay? I like seeing Bucky back in the mix again, changing it up, getting that Kraken impactful. But Lunas were there to dance, had to time their ultimates. A lot of this game was about timing between these two teams and who got each other's number first. We could see Vicious definitely had a strong defense, but Vulcan Red, when push comes to shove, they brought out the powerhouse picks. They did what they needed to do, alternated and adapted, and got themselves that last. I think they had to defend for about 4 minutes. So they definitely were playing on the back foot early on, but they picked it up once they knew that we had to hold this or we're going to another map. And hey, for them to secure this, pat themselves on the back, good on Vulcan Red. But the Vicious, still a massively commendable effort. And that massive 6k, hey, take the clip, work with it, pat yourselves on the back. You still made a moment for all the folks at home to enjoy, for sure.
Absolutely. You know, they definitely worked really hard for it. I think that the Vicious showcased what they're capable of. You know, there was some doubts there, but I think that they certainly are a capable team, and I really hope that we do see them shine brightly, you know, at some point through the rest of this group stage here, because just because they lost out here on day one, you know, and this goes, I guess, one and the same to every team that did to take away a lose here today, doesn't mean they're down and out. There's still more opportunities. There's still more chances for them to break in and get that win and get an opportunity to make it into the playoffs there. You know, it's not all over and out after one day.
Not at all. All right. Very soon we're going to have a cheeky interview with one of the members from Vulcan Red. Excited to have a yap with the Vulcan Red squad, find out how they're feeling after that matchup. But before we do, of course, you know, we're going to check in with the amazing factor that this was an insane set of games here today. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely good performance. I'm very proud of the OCE region. You know, pat yourselves on the back. Put on a massive show today. These players, whether they came from MRC Season 2, the qualifiers, invited from Stage 1, carried over, you name it, had a final last chance ditch effort open qualifier to make it here. I'm very impressed so far. I can't wait for tomorrow as well. It's going to be some even more banger games, but very soon we'll find out more about these teams. We'll find out more about the strategies, and as well, you know, other regions are playing off. I'd love to let everybody know Mantis is also the most banned in OCE. That is a standard. That is global. That is global bans all across. I don't think there's been a single map we haven't banned Mantis, where both teams have not banned Mantis. Mantis, what did you do to these players? What have you tormented them with?
Yeah, crazy to see, honestly. But I think we've got some good things on the way through very soon. Like, you know, I think we've got good potential. You know what would surprise me? If we saw Mantis not banned.
Oh, okay. That'd be a surprise. But as I believe our interview is ready to go, we're ready to jump into it. We'll have a bit of a yap. Let's do it.
Oh, welcome in, WAV. First and foremost, a big congratulations to you and your squadron there. You know, did you feel like the series went exactly as you expected it to, or did you feel like
No.
maybe they surprised you? No?
No, not at all. We honestly played very, very poorly, especially that second map. It was pretty bad.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, look, listen, constructive criticism. I respect it. You always want to keep yourselves humble and ready for the next match because it's going to be tougher from here on out. But on the other side of the mix, okay, you've obviously had a matchup with the Vicious. You obviously feel as though you could improve and perform better. Why is that? Who is really your target here in this tournament?
Well, I feel like as a team, you know, our target's always to just focus one match at a time and win each match at a time. But I feel like our end goal is definitely not only to qualify to LAN, but do well at LAN. I feel like if that isn't your goal and you're competing at this level, then you might as well just leave.
Great
There it is.
mindset to have. You know, I think it's important to, strive for your goals and achieve them, because if you don't think you win, then why do you play at all? But speaking of
Exactly.
the game ahead of us, you know, who would you say is your biggest challenge out of the tournament here? Like, which team is the one to watch from your perspective?
I feel like it's definitely Chomag or Choppermag. You know, they qualified to LAN last time. And overall, they've been looking very nice in scrims, and hopefully we'll see tomorrow, like, their official gameplay. But I wouldn't say, like, from my group specifically, there's no one I'm really worried about.
Now, I've noticed something. You got a player on your team that hovers the Angela a bit. Is there a bit of Angela in your team strategies? We might see that later on in the week?
Definitely not. We just like hovering it for the sake of hovering it.
Just give my love to Tini. Okay.
Love it. No, absolutely love it. But I guess, heading through towards like the playoff stage later into the mix, who do you think you might be facing off against, like out of your own group?
I think other than us, the strongest team in this group is most definitely Kanga. I think they play triple sport pretty well. I also think that if you just ban out triple sport, it's pretty easy to go into them. So I have a feeling we might see each other post groups. But I definitely say they're definitely like the strongest team that's not us in this group.
Fair play, fair play. Well, look, you know, I'm gonna give the floor to you. Anything you want to say to the folks at home? You got a lot of fans in the chat, you know, putting out WAV, you know. Anything you want to say to the folks at home about you and your team, of course, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I just personally want to thank my team, teammates, staff, organization overall for, you know, I'm in Australia. I can't really complain. And I want to shout out our sponsors, you know, CCG, especially. They've helped us a lot. I want to thank Daxu's family for allowing me to stay here. And final two shows, I want to thank both my girlfriend for helping me out. You know, it's not easy moving halfway across the world. And I want to thank my guys over at Remedy.
Love you, love that.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate all the love, and definitely hard work is going to pay off here, WAV. You know, it's been great to pick your brain here tonight. Great to see what your team's capable of. And, you know, if this is you guys on a bad day, then I'm scared to see what you guys are going to look like on a good day. You know, I think we got a lot of potential on the way for you guys, and I can't wait to see it. You know, it's going to be great.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you,
Great
man.
to see you.
Best
And
of
we'll
luck.
see you next time. Best of luck.
Ooh. There it is, Massey. There it is.